Right. And it is recording now. Back
Sweet.
for that. Now I just need Alana to pick up again.
Yeah, seriously, Alana.
Come on. She needs to pick up. Pick up. I can't believe she's
Yeah,
picking up now. I
Steam
can't believe she's
Universe.
picking up now.
Dude, but did you see the controller that they're making?
But yeah, it looks amazing.
Oh, God, it looks awesome. Like, it really does look fantastic.
Can't wait. Right. Okay, it's now recording. Everything's back in order. I'm very off my game today because I've been out for the entire day since about 7 in the morning. And I don't like trains.
I thought you loved trains.
The train ride there was good because I was watching How I Met Your Mother for the entire way there. But on the way back, obviously my phone ran out of battery, and I had.
Okay, no, train trips are like the coolest thing you will ever do in your entire life. Don't listen to Benji. The trains are like the greatest thing ever because it's like a car ride, but it doesn't stop all the time, so you don't get motion
I don't know what
sickness.
kind of trains you go on because the trains in England, they pretty much constantly stop. Obviously for their stations. So yeah.
No, I went on like a 5-hour train ride and it was just like
constant.
It doesn't stop at all.
Yeah,
ever.
I don't have that privilege.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, it looks so cool. A controller, and it's just it's awesome because I always thought that the only thing that really made it kind of annoying to play like console games sometimes was like sometimes the joysticks, but the fact like this
it's sensitive, isn't it? It's just
yeah.
I don't know.
And you could probably adjust the sensitivity to whatever you want, obviously, like a mouse.
I love how it has orange portal for the left mouse. No,
I mean, yeah, you can obviously rebind it though.
Blue
It's
portal
Steam.
for the left mouse, and then you got a zoom in button and a zoom out button. I mean, and there's a push to talk button.
Oh my God,
there's a
yes.
button. I think we're gonna have that as a discussion. This lovely.
Yes. Steam, have my money, have my children, please.
So we're gonna add that in.
Have my everything.
So yeah, we're gonna put in Steam controller here, and we'll start in. Hey there, guys! It's episode 11, 12.
12.
We're already at somewhere. We're on a good start.
Gosh darn it, Benjie.
We're gonna restart that. We're at episode 12 for today, and it's the Nerdolution podcast. I can't even speak English today now. And welcome to the show. Today we have Matt here, as well as again with Alana, and myself, Benji. Right, where are we gonna begin? I say the usual part. What games have we been playing this week?
Okay. Well, I'll talk. I've been playing Super Smash Bros. Melee, not Brawl, because Brawl is not good.
Hey.
Okay, I'll rephrase. Brawl is not as good as Melee mechanics-wise. They removed a lot of mechanics in Melee that
all
were.
you need to do is get Project M for Brawl. There's like this hack online called Project
But
M.
that's no, because that.
No, it's really good. It's like.
But
it's so amazing.
It's a hack. It's not that doesn't make the game better. That doesn't make Brawl any better.
No, but these people are like customizing it, and it makes it amazing. And yes, it does make it better. It does. No. It is the greatest thing in the world because like DK does this cute little forward roll spin.
No,
really
that's like saying
Jigglypuff is amazing.
Great game if you only go on there for Trouble in Terrorist Town.
Trouble in Terrorist Town is very good though.
Yeah, well.
But there is a lot more other things. I love the mini golf on there, and
exactly. Like,
there's so
you
much
like
that
the
you can
types
do.
on there, but do you like just going on Gary's mod, like the vanilla Gary's mod? You know, just doing
building
that.
stuff on that. Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah. Actually, I kind of do.
But some people don't, and that's me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm speaking from my. I don't like I don't like Vanilla Gary's mod. I think the mods that people added for Gary's mod are interesting. I don't like Vanilla Gary's mod.
I mean, Gmod Tower is phenomenal for what they can do.
So I don't view, like, I don't like Gary's mod, but I like the games that have been made using, Gary's mods.
You remember Time Splitters with that zombie mode?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a mod on there, for that, and that was so fun.
I mean, no, the argument I was just trying to say was that, in my mind, a game is made by the developers, right? And I judge it based on what the developers did for the game, okay? If a game had to have other people work on it outside of its developers to make it better, to me that doesn't make the game itself better at all. Because it's not the same thing.
Like, I get what you're saying, and I completely agree with it, actually, but Project M is still amazing.
I didn't say it was bad. No. I've heard of it before. I didn't say it was bad, but I don't think that you have to judge a game based on how it was made, not by how it was modded.
Exactly, which is why Skyrim isn't good.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
If a game has to be modded to be fun, yeah, I'll change it to that. If a game has to be modded to be fun, there's an issue with it, And that there was an apparent issue with Brawl if people had to mod it to get an incentive enjoyment out of it.
As you think about it, it's sort of true. I remember Armor 2. Loads of people for Armor 2 for Daisy. Yes. And then people start playing Armor 2 for the other mod that was on there, Wasteland.
Yeah, Wasteland.
Just some phenomenal mods.
But Vanilla Arma 2, not a lot of people play Vanilla Arma 2.
It's pretty sucky.
Because it sucks. It really does. But Daisy is pretty good. Wasteland's pretty good.
Exactly.
So, like, those games are good, but that doesn't make Arma 2 good.
No. It's
just
creative.
Just want to say, Brawl is a really good game with or without Project M. It might not be as good as the previous ones, but it's still a really, really good game. But Project M just balances it out.
Project M.
Okay.
I
have to say, the one reason is that I think Meta Knight, just putting it out there, Meta Knight should just not exist.
Which is why you just ban Meta Knight. You tell people they can't play as Meta Knight.
But that's always kind of dumb. It's like, you can't play this character.
If you're in a freaking tournament or something, to say you can't play this character because guess what? It's the most overpowered character if you know what you're doing.
But if you're just playing with your friends, don't you want to win against your friends? So why wouldn't you play Meta Knight?
So
Exactly.
Well, no, I've had people play Meta Knight. You can beat Meta Knight. Well, most of my friends are kind of bad at games. No offense to my friends if you listen to this, but you are really bad at video games.
Oh god, shots fired.
But I mean, like, okay, so if you could beat Meta Knight though, like if you could, I don't even remember where I'm going.
It's just a ramble.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. Okay, in complete casual matches, okay, but there's still kind of an issue with Brawl in my mind. I like Melee because Melee feels a lot more like a fighting game, and Brawl feels more like a party game. Like they took a lot of they tried to take a lot of the mechanics that made Melee kind of complex out of it, and so they took them out of Melee. They took it out, and they made Brawl, which is, I mean, it's if you're looking for just a straight party fighter, Brawl's fine, But if you're looking to get into a game with some complexity, I can't recommend Brawl for you because it just doesn't have it. They took out the complexity, which in my mind isn't really a great thing, because the complexity in Melee is what gave it that little oomph.
But multiplayer games are fun, just like party games, like sitting people down in front of something. Playing a party game is fun because the frickin' Wii U Nintendo Land is like the greatest thing ever. You just sit 5 people in front of Nintendo Land and they will have fun for 2 hours straight.
And then there'll be hate everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how these games happen. they'll be hated because they're like, oh my god, you're cheating. Blah, 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 blah. Oh.
I've actually never had anybody accuse other people of cheating on those games.
You live in a parallel universe. I'm convinced of it. I will write a paper on this. I'm convinced that you live in a parallel universe.
Maybe Canadians are just
in which people don't hack
Canada.
video games. People don't cheat.
Canada.
Is this Canada?
This sounds like Canada all over.
Is this Canada?
I should live in Canada. This sounds like. Oh.
Yeah, but I've been playing Melee, and my friends are bad, so I just kind of win a lot. So there's that. And then I uninstalled League of Legends finally.
You've uninstalled it?
Yes.
Why?
You've
out of that phase now.
I don't know. I always would just go back to it because I had nothing else. But one day I just kind of questioned, like, why am I playing League? And I was just like, because I don't have anything else to do. And I'm like, I don't know, that's a great reason to play League. And then I kind of just, I don't know, I played a couple ranked games and people were just very annoying. And I was just like, well, I don't want to deal with these people. And I think that's just MOBAs in general, though, really. Like, you have like a game where your game is based on other people. Like, you can say you can carry League of Legends, and that's true to a point.
But
Your experience is based on, even if your teammates are like or just assholes, you know, you're gonna hate playing that game. Even if you win, you're gonna hate it because these people are literally just ruining it for you.
Exactly.
You know? That's what I hated.
It's a
Your
team
experience,
game.
Exactly. Your experience in the game is solely based on your team. You know, if your team's ragers, you might carry them, but you won't feel good about it. I didn't feel good about it. Like, games that I like won because like the other team like made a mistake, that made a huge mistake, I never felt good about it because it just was like, we won, but it was a drawn out win that we barely got. And it, like, I don't know, it just, a lot of it was very, very kind of, it just kind of got to me, like a lot of the little things. So I don't know, I finally uninstalled it, and I don't really think I'm ever going to go back to it. I might still watch competitive League of Legends, which, by the way,
watching competitive's actually quite good.
Yeah,
I've been getting more and more into that, watching it and going, wow, these people are so good.
Have you watched the championship?
I have. It's so good.
Oh my gosh.
Some of the things they do and go, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do every one of these things.
Spoiler alert, I'm going to spoil, if you didn't watch the championships and you're planning to,
yes.
Okay, you might want to, like,
close your ears, go,
close your ears or something. So I'm gonna spoil what happened. Like, okay, so for those of you who don't know anything about the League of Legends Championship, right? There's a bunch of teams from all over the world come together. They go to a tournament and they compete for a potential $1 million.
No Koreans because they always win.
Oh, there are Koreans.
Oh, yeah. They're always good.
There are 3 Korean teams there. There were 3 American teams, 2 European teams, 2 Chinese teams, a team from Taiwan, I think, and then a couple like wild card teams. Like, one was from the Philippines, I think.
Yep.
And they got destroyed.
they usually do. That's why whenever I go over there, I'm gonna be, let's all play League, guys, and I'm just gonna carry them. because even I'm that bad.
And then there's a Lithuanian team too.
And they
got
destroyed.
Yeah. But
Moscow
5. Yeah.
They're still there.
No, they're not. They got dropped.
Did they?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't see that.
Their new name's Gambit Gaming, but they lost to a Korean team that everyone thought was gonna lose.
Oh, damn Koreans.
Exactly. Well, the interesting story behind it, right, is this Korean team, like, qualified, like in Korea they had like a tournament to like determine like the qualifiers for Worlds, and they got in because they had like circuit points. Like, they had lost their past season, I guess you could call it. They weren't even in like the top whatever, but they had enough circuit points so they could automatically qualify for Worlds. So everyone's just like, oh, they're gonna suck. And Gambit Gaming, you know, is a pretty big favorite to go pretty far.
Yeah. But
they got dropped. Well, they didn't get dropped. It was a 2-1. It was a pretty close series between Gambit and the Korean team. But the 2 Chinese teams played, and that was not close at all. I want to say it was close, but it wasn't.
No.
The one Chinese team was just way better. and then it was the team from Taiwan versus a team from Korea, and the Korean team won. That wasn't close either. The closest game that was there was probably the Koreans versus Gambit Gaming, and then the last American team in the tournament versus Fnatic, which is a European team, and that was a close set.
Mm.
You could really, it came down to that third game, and it was.
I mean, we're at the quarterfinals now, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah, C9 versus FNA and NJBS versus GBA.
Yeah, Najin Black Sword.
GMB. Yeah.
Yep. It's a very, very interesting turn of events. A lot of people try to count out the European teams, but I don't know. The European teams have been okay.
European teams do have their moments.
Yeah, the NA teams have been way underperforming. Like Cloud9 was the last hope for NA teams to win anything.
And they are at the moment. Yeah.
They're
the first
not.
match.
And it was a big disappointment. Everyone was like hoping that they could knock the Europeans out of the tournament, but they didn't.
And so we've got some Europeans in the final. No, in semi-finals.
In the quarterfinals.
Yeah, the quarterfinals. It says here C9 are still in the quarterfinals.
That's not true.
No.
No, Fnatic won. So
Okay.
I'm confused. If that's probably not accurate or updated.
Yeah, it might not have updated.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's like the same thing for like any other sport. Like sometimes you might not like playing it, but like watching it's interesting because you see people that are really good at it, you know, and you're just like, wow, you know, this is pretty interesting. Like you might not like playing chess, but you might like watching chess.
I don't think that's ever going to happen. Chess boxing, on the other hand.
Chess boxing?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Chess boxing is amazing.
I've never heard of this.
Basically, you have 3 minutes of chess, and then I have like 2 minutes of boxing. And you have to interval between it, so you have to not only suss them out in chess, but get beaten up as well.
You have to fight through the concussions, I guess.
Exactly.
To make a logical move in chess.
Exactly. It's amazing.
It's like, I don't know what to do. My brain's rattling around.
And then
yeah.
it can also then be shaken by the fact that that person is just nearly beating you in chess. And then you have to think, oh god, what am I going to do about the next move? And not even think about the boxing.
Oh,
and
God.
get knocked out.
Yeah. It'd be cool if you had a chess with one hand and box with the other.
Oh, that.
It could be a thing. I don't know. That might be interesting.
Might be interesting.
But that's what I've been up to.
But
You know,
anyway,
not
moving on
too much.
to Alana. What games have you been playing?
Yeah, Lana, regale us with your interesting stories.
Whatever. Whatever, you know. Whatever. I've been playing Disney Infinity still. I finished it.
Oh, you finished
I
it.
finished it.
You haven't finished it yet,
No, I didn't.
because there is
but I
more
finished it.
content to buy.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Here we go.
whatever.
DLC.
Whatever.
DLC it up.
I'll
Wait,
buy it eventually.
It's not even DLC. You go into shops and buy the figures.
But they're really good quality figures and they look so cool in your living room.
Yeah.
So
You know
you
what?
just-
I want to say one thing though. I kind of. What if we had a game series, no, not even a game series, just a game that went on for 10 years just by being updated by DLC?
That's gonna be Infinity, hopefully.
Would it be a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, obviously they're not releasing any more Disney games. It's all just gonna be on Infinity now.
Oh really?
Yes. So any new films are gonna be put on there, straight like that.
Oh, that's gonna be so cool.
And we're all still hoping for a Samuel L. Jackson 3-pack.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you already know about that.
Oh god.
Mace Windu,
Oh
Nick
yes.
Fury, and Frozone. Boom, put them on the 3-pack. You've got that 3-pack for the Infinity, and everyone's gonna buy it. Whoever loves Samuel L. Jackson, anyway. Oh. So you've only just been playing Infinity, okay?
Yeah, and sleeping and watching Disney movies and stuff. I've just been living Disney.
You living Disney? Have you put on a crown and started singing "One Day My Prince Will Come"?
No, but I should do that sometime.
It's time to get business.
No, I've been
What are
watching.
you doing, Mitch?
I don't know. To defeat
Goodness.
the hunt.
Okay, we're going Mulan. I was confused because I thought you were going Mulan, but you kind of lost me there, Benji.
I did lose everyone. Anyway, what games have I been playing this week?
Yeah, Benji. let's
GTA
go.
5 with glitches all galore.
Yeah, GTA, game of the year, game of the century, best game
Yeah.
ever, obviously.
Also been playing Guns of Icarus again.
You and that game.
I love
swear.
that game. I can't help it.
I don't know. I feel weird about that game because
we
it
haven't played
requires
together yet.
teamwork.
Yeah, but it actually works if you have a good team and you have communication. And half the time I have a full team, which I speak to on Skype, so we have the communication.
You know what? You're gonna have to show me it, Benji, because
Yes.
I'm just not convinced by your
Convinced.
rousing words.
And plus I know how to customize my ship to the point I'm on a damn good pilot as well.
Hold on a minute.
Hold
Having
on.
Skype does not mean you have good communication.
It does. It does half the time because
No,
well, better
it
better
doesn't.
than
this way,
typing.
you have to type, and then otherwise you're gonna
Okay.
press the wrong button
Yeah, it's-
to captain speak to everyone.
It's better than typing, but then you have that one friend who sits there and like talks to their parents while you're trying to talk to them.
There's
and tell them
maybe
what
you want to
do.
hear their parents.
But the funny thing is we don't have that in my team.
Well then, whatever.
my,
Whatever.
my crew.
Oh my goodness.
Now, what other games have I also been playing? I don't know if I have been playing any other games. I've been busy watching films. Oh no, I have been playing Terraria. I've been playing Terraria. On the tablet.
Patch is coming out. The
The patch-
patch is coming out.
I was using mine on the tablet.
Okay, well, that's exciting too because Terraria is an amazing game, but the patch is coming out,
And
and
Angry
I'm pretty sure I have a day off when it's coming out, so I'm going to like disappear for an entire day. I'm really excited.
See, but other than that, all I've been doing has been watching movies and TV. Like I've been watching Agents of Shield.
Ah,
Is that new
It's-
thing that came out?
it's
yes.
not that good. It's not that good.
Also been watching How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, that's a great show.
That's a brilliant show.
Yeah.
Season
Neil
9 started.
Patrick Harris is just
He's a legend.
he
He's
is
legendary.
legend.
He is
Wait for
legendary.
it, Jerry.
He doesn't need to wait for
That,
it.
oh my gosh, that has been so much overquoted, but it's just such a
I
great line.
don't know, man.
He
I
doesn't
think
need to wait for it anymore though.
I think Neil Patrick Harris. I think his acting. It's a little gay, you know.
Because he is gay.
Well, look who's a bigot.
No, but he actually is
It's a
gay.
joke.
He is
It's a bigot.
joke.
Oh my gosh, Alana.
It's a
We are
joke.
full rights, okay,
It's-
on this
It's
show.
a joke. It's a
On this
joke.
podcast.
Oh, no.
You know, it's a good joke.
It's not a good joke. It's
It's
bigoted
an
and it's wrong.
amazing joke. No, it's like the.
You're
it's the
insulting
greatest
his
joke
art.
ever. No, it's a good joke.
Because obviously, he isn't gay in How I Met Your Mother.
It's a good joke.
Unless Barney's secretly gay, which would be really
that
weird.
that would explain.
That would be a plot twist.
That would be, but then that means I don't know how his brother would react because obviously he's got a gay brother,
Oh yeah.
so that'd be a bit awkward. What other what other films and stuff have I been watching? There hasn't been much else actually. It's just been that. Cause I've
Have you ever seen
what?
the show Luther?
I haven't. No.
Oh, I figured since it's on BBC,
Ah,
I figured.
I've been watching
saw it.
Falling Skies as well.
Oh, Falling Sky.
Yes.
You're watching a lot of American television here, Benji.
We do get Fox over here.
Oh,
Yeah,
you get Fox.
we get Fox.
Not just Fox, not Fox News. I hope.
No, just Fox.
Okay, good. That's the good
Yeah,
Fox.
we don't need the news. Otherwise, we're like, why have we got this American news here?
Oh no, it's
Don't really get-
it's not American news. It's weirdo news.
It's weirdo news. Good.
It's not made for America. I don't know who it's made for, but it's made for somebody apparently.
Oh,
It's made for apparently people over the age of 65.
brilliant.
It's not. I'm not making any sort of assumptions either. According to their studies, it's shown that a majority of Fox's viewers are over the age of 65 because that's the oldest that you can be on these survey things. So they actually have no idea how old they are. They just know they're older than 65.
There could just be people who left the TV on at night. It just ran.
Well, isn't that really how old people watch TV? though?
It is. It is.
They just leave it on,
And that's why they have those viewers.
I
You
guess.
check at the times, it'd be about 10 o'clock onwards.
Uh,
But yeah, what other game? Actually, I remember what other game I've played. Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing transformed. Yeah. We got back into that again. I couldn't help it. It always comes back. I've been actually racing a Sonic now. I never used to. Now I thought I might as well. And I've been winning races. Yeah.
The one thing I have to say about that game is that I think it's interesting because it's pretty cool. But my one thing about it is that
It's a bad racing game?
No.
well, okay, that could be said. But it's like I don't like Mario Kart for the same reason I don't like Sega All-Star Racing.
Yeah.
Is because sometimes you have items that just can literally break the game. In a sense that if you get it,
Like
it doesn't matter. Like,
the All-Star, for instance. That will
Yeah.
turn you invincible. Or the
it's
star.
like, and then you always have like in Mario and like the newer Mario Karts are like, oh, you're in last place, cool. Here's a free bullet bill that rockets you past everybody, and there's no way for them to stop
Oh,
it.
that's true. Yeah, this one they've got bees. These basically show up in front of your car and they will just scatter in front of it, and you have to try and dodge the bees. Otherwise, you get hit and you slow down quite a bit, and everyone else can get one as well.
I think every item should have some sort of kind of counterplay to it that allows the player to get out of it if they kind of know how to. Like in the Mario DS game, if someone Uber blooped you, which like they sprayed you with ink so you couldn't see, you could like wipe it off, which I thought was interesting because that's like, okay, they get the item, you know, but there's always a counterplay to it. But like a lot of these items are just like, you get it and you're guaranteed to get something. Which is
the counterplay I found in Sonic. If there's a drone chasing after you, you can either boost using the boosters, or you can aim backwards with one of your weapons and hit it.
Yeah.
Or if you've got a rocket coming towards you, you have to have the glove up, or anything else.
Yeah, but the glove's an item, isn't it?
Yeah, the glove is an item. Yeah, so you have to have an item.
So
Basically, you have to have an item to counter another item half the time.
Yeah, which is another RNG aspect. I don't know. I mean, it's just preference. You know, it's obviously all preference. I just think that in a perfect racing party game, you know, every item should either be not too strong, or if it's strong, should have some sort of counterplay to it that isn't totally based on an RNG system. That's just my opinion. I mean, obviously, no one plays Mario Kart for like in-depth kind of
we just
game design. It's because you have some buddies over and you want to race them and kill them. You know?
Yeah, and screw them over for going first place, which I do all the time. I love doing that.
And that's basically what people, I assume, play Sonic All-Star Racing, right?
Yeah.
You want the same party racing feel. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I remember being second and then end up being first for about 20 seconds. About to cross the line, that person came second, just came along, went boom, took me straight out and came third. I thought, damn it! So yeah, I got overtaken by 2 people in that time of recovery. Damn that bastard. But moving on from there, we'll go straight to our gaming news.
Yes, the news.
The news.
Shows what you came here for. Hard-hitting news.
The best news.
Best news world.
We hope. Better than Fox, anyway.
Oh, clearly.
Let's all start with Rockstar and GTA 5.
Oh yeah.
Now, let's start with bad news.
Start with the best news.
Garages, okay? Don't use the garages.
Or for Americans, the garages.
The garage. Because I've noticed that I had a car on there, which I stole, and I literally customized it, spending $200,000 on this car, maybe over that, and I put it into one of the garages, and obviously hoping it's saved. Which you go away, come back like 2 days later to play GTA 5. What do I find? The car is missing. Yes, custom paint job, everything. Custom paint job, new spoiler, tinted windows, new lights, new engine, bulletproof tires. All of it was gone.
Oh dear.
So yes, don't use Franklin's garages because they're broken. You have to wait till the bug is fixed, which is pretty much against the game in that case. I mean, the only garages that are working are Michael's, what I found. So yes, wait till it's fixed. Don't use the garages. Don't be what happened to me, who spent freaking loads of money in one car and then lost it all. Oh, damn it. Never again. That's what I'm gonna say. Never again. And away from the sad news, we'll go to Steam, shall we? There's two pieces of Steam news here that we have. For instance, Valve have announced the new Steam hardware beta. They could be making multiple Steam OSs now, and Steam OS machines to choose from. So we might be having Steam in our living room.
Woo!
Think about it. You know how...
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about it, Benji. I'm thinking about it a lot.
You think about this. We've been waiting for that console that might come out. I mean, you can consider it a console in some way if it's going to do it in TV.
Oh yeah.
New one. Count to the PS4
And the Xbox One.
And the Wii U.
Well, we don't count the Wii U.
We'll put it in there.
The official statement of the Nerdolution podcast is that the Wii U does not exist.
No.
We voted, Alana. We voted.
No.
It was
2 against 1.
The Wii U
two-thirds
is
majority.
so freaking good.
No. 2/3 majority, Alana. That's how democracy works. I don't know if you
No,
have that
democracy. I don't agree with democracy. Down with democracy.
5 people in Canada never go to prison.
Yeah,
We
but
go to prison sometimes.
Sometimes.
for maple syrup smuggling. But okay.
Probably.
Okay, so I think
Damn syrup.
I'm interested in this, but always I gotta be critical.
Because it's going to the Wii U.
Because you know me, I'm a critical person. Okay. I think it'll be interesting if it's at a competitive price.
Yes.
If it's annoyingly overpriced, then no. But it looks like it'll be at a good price because there'll be a lot of people making Steam machines by the way they announced it, so that there'll be a lot of competition. Meaning, by basic laws of capitalism, more competition means prices. Unlike the strict monopoly that Xbox and PS4 do, or PlayStation, in which they're the only ones making the consoles, meaning they can set the price to God knows how much. And I think it's funny, we look at these prices and we're like, oh, they're not that bad. But, like, they're pretty bad.
They're very bad.
They're pretty high. Like, they're pretty ridiculous.
You go to Steam, you see how much that thing is. They have sales on, and you go, I'm having this. Straight away. Job done.
I think the most interesting part is that they have a controller that looks like it'll be able to facilitate a wide variety of games.
I'm actually looking at this controller now, and there's something I'm worried about.
Oh, what?
Where the crouch button is. That looks really awkward where the 4 buttons are.
What you do, I think, is you press it, you have your thumbs put in the middle, right? And you can press the YBXA that way. I don't know. We'll have to really look at it because you can look at the picture, but it's all about how big it is in your hand and stuff. Because if you look down, they have...
Wait a minute, there's buttons behind the controller as well.
Exactly.
There's a middle mouse button I've just noticed, and there's a crouch button, but that's supposed to be behind it.
Yes, that's behind. It has 2 buttons, I think, behind.
Because they got the other buttons on the front and the menu buttons.
Top,
okay.
4 buttons in the middle and 2 buttons on the bottom, which
and
is
a touchpad and a touch sensor in the very middle. So those 4 buttons in the middle are actually more push to talk. They're menu buttons basically.
But it'll always, I'm assuming, because it's Steam, it'll be fully bindable.
Yes. How
you bind these. So it's another thing that's great about it, because with console games you're stuck usually with with the layouts that they give you. A lot of the times they don't let you customize it. But a great thing with this device is that they'll probably allow you to customize the controller layout to whatever you want. So it's comfortable for you. You decide. You're not with some layout that they had to think of. It's the layout that you think would work best.
Nice.
So I don't know. I think obviously all speculation. You have no idea if this is actually going to be a great thing or not. We can assume it'll be a great thing, but I don't like making assumptions because that leads to expectations, and then expectations can cloud your opinion because you want something to be good even though it isn't. And like I love Steam, so I might be like, I love Steam so much, I'll look past the fact that I don't really like the Steam machine and pretend like I will, you know?
Yes.
So I don't want
Okay,
that.
I
There's a
have a
good thing.
question though.
There's a
I
new
have
machine.
question.
Yes.
This machine isn't out yet, but there is going to be out for beta, by the way.
Yes.
There's going to be 300 users eligible to receive the box for testing, but you've got to do this special thing in the Steam, such as doing these certain achievements like join the Steam Universe group and launch and play a game using a gamepad in big picture mode, then fill in a form after that, and make 10 friends and create a public Steam community profile. I think we've achieved most of that.
I think the thing is, I think the reason why they want to do that is because they want to have you share. Like, Steam is using beta in a sense that, like, they're not using it in place of like QA. What they want the beta testers to do is share everything. You know,
Yeah.
they even said it themselves. They want the people to share, and they want because it's trying to build hype for the console, and that's the best way to kind of do it. You know.
Nearly can't speak now. Nearly 3,000 games on Steam will be available for beta, and hundreds are already running natively on the OS. Very nice. So, what's
Yeah.
your question, Alana?
What is your question?
The Steam, they were gonna release this thing quite a while ago. There's like this little box, and I don't remember what they called. They might have called it Steam Box. Don't remember. There's this little box, and like people could like plug in like, I'm pretty sure like monitors and like a mouse and a keyboard, and then you could just like play like a ton of people over LAN with this device. But I thought it was rumored at being like $800 or $900, like close to $1,000, and it's like. You say that Steam will, do great prices and all that, but Steam doesn't actually, Valve doesn't do great prices besides Steam sales. And Steam sales are great, and I love them, like, because I spend, like, all my money on them.
That's where they get all their money from, apparently.
Exactly. But it's the only thing that they do cheap. Like Valve has this reputation for being, like, the cheapest company, but when you look at it, Valve actually isn't a cheap company. If they were a cheap company, they would offer their games on release for like $10-$20 right away. It wouldn't be like the standard $60-$50 games on release.
I believe that might be because they have to do it that expensive.
No,
They do.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay. So if you take a game, you take something.
It's Monopoly.
Let's say the iPhone and GTA. Now, the thing about GTA and the reason why it sold so much is because it was a really hyped product and it was cheap. Well, cheaper than the iPhone. It was like $60, right? For the game. So they sold 1 billion copies in like 3 days. The iPhone 5S and 5C. The 5C is a piece of trash and garbage. Don't know why I'm even mentioning it. But combined, those two sold about $9 million over 3 days. The reason why they sold so much less is because the phone is ridiculously expensive. If you take a good product and you offer it for cheaper, they would sell more. If GTA offered this game for like say $30, it would have sold probably 2 times.
But yeah, but
it's
it's selling for.
There's also a
It's
difference.
selling more, but yeah, it's selling for a cheaper price.
There's,
You know.
And there's also a different contract.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Contracts on phone.
Here's my answer to your kind of statement. Okay, with GTA, it is how you compared it to the iPhone, and I think that's an apt comparison because the iPhone is a lot of the thing about GTA is a lot of hype was built into it. You know,
It's been a while since the last GTA game came out.
it's been a while since the last GTA game, so the reason it sold so well, I would like to I'd say I'd contributed a lot to just hype and stuff. And just, that's how
Okay,
iPhone
but
kind of does
here's-
it. With an image, with a style, with the hype behind
But
it, you know?
If you compare it to
the
other
thing.
games, like Call of Duty, I mean, that goes out pretty much once a year.
Exactly.
Then there's a game like FIFA here, that comes out once a year. I mean, they don't sell that much. I mean, this kind of just milking it. I mean, Battlefield 4, I don't think that will ever sell as much as GTA 5 will ever will at this point.
Yeah.
It will not happen.
Although I think if we kind of look at it though, you can look at it and say, oh, GTA is the best game ever. You can draw that conclusion. Like I talked to somebody and that's what they drew from it, which I think is probably the wrong conclusion to draw from that. Because if you look at sales and say that represents what something is the best, then you'd probably be pretty disappointed. Because a lot of artists that sell well don't actually mean that they're the best musical artists out there. And I'm not I'm not pointing fingers or calling names.
There's a lot of
but
hidden
you get
talent
me.
around places.
Exactly. And so my thing with GTA 5, I'm interested is this what video games are going to become? Is video games becoming even more like the thing about video games being mainstream has always been talked about, but we kind of haven't really seen it that much. Like we have Call of Duty, but GTA made $1 billion in 3 days. That's faster than anything ever, you know? And I don't think it's just because it's GTA. I think it's because a lot of factors went into it beyond it being GTA. I think this could mean, right, that video games are one step closer to being a more recognizable medium than, or recognizable entertainment, or more, or as a more recognized entertainment medium as like movies, you know? Like for every bad movie we have some good movies too, you know? And I think if video games start become more legitimate-sized, right, as a kind of, as even just a business venture, you might have more people willing to say, well, let's invest in it, making a game, you know, to tell our story. And you know what? This will lead to more bad games, of course. But you know what? It might just lead to some more good games. And you know what? I'll take it. I don't like GTA 5, but I'll take that.
Well,
I'll take it as a small step for video games.
with saying that, like, the thing is, sorry, my brain's running slow today.
I think all our brains are running slow today.
I'm running at the speed of sound, so.
Yeah, I've been on the train for hours, so going back and forth.
I completely forgot what you said already. I'm sorry.
So, the brain's
I
gone.
had an argument and then it left. It left right away.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Okay. Oh, I thought.
Okay, you got it back. You got it back.
Just trying to give it to you.
I'm sorry. The thing with video games, and like people sit there and they say, like, you just argue that video games aren't a mainstream entertainment yet, and that video games get so much blame in society, and that's why video games aren't going to be mainstream, which isn't part of your argument technically, but a lot of people argue that the reason why video games aren't mainstream is because
you can't put that in my argument. It's not part of my argument.
I'm not saying that it's your argument. I'm just making a statement. I'm making a statement.
Don't put that in my argument. That's
okay,
not a part of my argument.
I'm gonna be done with the podcast soon. I'm just gonna be done.
No, but you're trying to put words in my mouth, and I don't.
No, I wasn't. I said that. I said right away that wasn't part of your argument.
Okay.
I'm saying that other people said. I said that right away. We have it on the recording. We have proof. And Benjie better not edit that out, or
Benjie, edit that out.
What am I editing out here? I wasn't paying attention. I fell asleep to just a massive rambling on of what was ever going on here.
Ooh, burn.
I'm just gonna be so done with the podcast soon.
And that's what I was here.
Hey, wait, did you throw me out, Benjie? Because I even gave a compliment to GTA, kind of.
You did give a bit of a compliment.
In a sense.
In a sense.
I mean, were you trying to say something that video games are already a legitimized medium?
I was, because they are. Like, video games,
okay.
People don't get that video games get hate just as much as other industries do, because, like, people who are into the video game culture aren't as into other cultures. They see the side of, you know, video games are blamed for this shooting, video games are blamed for that shooting, video games are blamed for everything.
There's a good example.
But the thing is, every culture is blamed for it. There's blame on the movie violence, there's blame on the music industry, and there's blame on gun control. One of the first things is, I have people on Facebook, there's this one guy who's like a Marine, or a former Marine, but you're not supposed to say ex-Marine, I don't remember. He was a Marine at one point, is the point. And he's really into guns, and the minute that a shooting happens, his wall goes ballistic because he gets so mad because they're trying to put in gun control. But then all my gamer friends also have all the gamer violence going up. The thing is, it is a legitimate form of media right now, and it is being recognized as one of the most mainstream media because almost every single kid that I know plays video games. There's like one family that I know that doesn't play video games, and they're that weird church family that you hear about all the time. You don't think this, but they do, because they sit there and they only listen to their Christian music, and you don't see them dance a lot. You see them dance sometimes, and all the girls wear their skirts all the time, and they're into doing their hair, and they're that weird church family that you think doesn't exist, but guess what? They exist, and they're creepy sometimes.
They are a bit creepy.
And they used to play video games. Like, they used to play, like, Super, like, Mario Brothers when it was, like, little 2D version. Little guy, you know, Mario,
And
that
then
game.
somewhere along the way, they found the internet with Mario, and in the wrong section, and they were never the same again.
Somewhere along the way, they got highly disturbed with the internet, and they hate, like, they tell me that my friends on the internet aren't legitimate friends, and they're creepy. That's what
But yeah,
tell
that's
me.
kind of true, though.
At this point, Matt,
There is a point.
Canada
small
doesn't
point,
sound safe
yes.
anymore. Canada doesn't sound safe anymore.
It is, well, we had, like, this murderer dude who got away with, like, close to 200 murders, I think, a serial killer, so...
That
was a
is
pig
serial
farmer.
killer.
But speaking of this media thing, okay,
Yes.
of how video games are always blamed, there was a recent stabbing in London on the day of release for GTA 5.
That's obviously GTA's fault, though.
Apparently, because the guy was out did the midnight release to get GTA 5, okay, he got stabbed and he got bricked.
I don't know.
He's still alive. Oh, getting bricked is getting hit by a brick.
Is that a British thing? Do you brick people in the
They
dorm?
do. That is a norm, apparently.
Oh dear.
That's
disturbing, Benji.
That is the norm around here. But moving on from there, he's alive still, luckily.
Okay.
The thing is, the media instantly blamed the fact that he bought GTA 5, and that was what they were after.
Okay, hold on.
And it wasn't. The things they did mention in the article that his phone and his wallet were taken, but they blamed it on GTA 5 and not the money that they were after. I mean, clearly they just wanted money.
Yeah, that's true.
It was very obvious.
Okay,
So they blamed it on that.
I have something to say about that. If they're gonna blame GTA 5, then the Wii is the worst thing that ever happened, because back when the Wii was released, my brother had a friend in the States who went to go buy his Wii, and he got a police escort to his car because people were waiting in the parking lot and mugging other people who had bought a Wii. It's
Well,
like,
that-
if you're
well,
gonna
yeah.
if you're gonna do a popular release of something, or you're going to go to a midnight release and then walk home, it's your own fault for being mugged. Like, I'm sorry, but you don't go to a midnight
Whoa.
release then walk home.
Now it makes sense why the Wii U didn't do so well, because they were all getting mugged by this some person.
No, that was the Wii, but maybe they were all scared to get mugged, so
Get the Wii
totally
U.
makes sense.
Brilliant.
Oh god.
Oh dear me. Brilliant.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, the point I was trying to make, okay, is there has been a stigmatism on games, and also there has been. You can't deny it, okay?
Okay, but there's been a
It's been a-
stigmatism on all popular, like, entertainment at this point.
There is.
There is, but
There's a book out there, I think it's called, like, Entertaining Ourselves to Death or something like that. And that might not be the name, but it's something similar, and it actually makes a lot of sense, because this guy way long ago said that, you know, TV was going to take over people.
It has.
And it has. Like, we see it everywhere. And, you know, it's just every form of media went through a phase where they were hated on and discriminated on. And, you know, I don't think video games are going to get away from the discrimination with things like GTA 5 coming out. I don't have a problem with people playing games like GTA 5. I personally wouldn't play it because it is so morally incorrect that I don't even know what to say to it, and I just don't enjoy the game for the most part. Like, I drive people around, and that's about all I do.
Well,
in the game, you know?
it's an area of society that you just don't see.
Yeah, but it's a morally incorrect game. Like, it's not bad to be aware that this part of society exists, but why should we be putting this in our video games? I know feminists who play GTA, and that just, to me, that bugs me, because, like, if you're gonna be a feminist and you're gonna, like, go women's rights, don't play a game that has frickin' strip clubs in it, and the guy calls you up and goes, do you want to go to a strip club? You don't play those games. Like, a game this is it's not good for video games.
it seems
right
like
now.
you've turned to this Christian family that you hate so much.
She has.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, can I talk, Alana? Because you know what, Alana? You know what I have to say about that.
You're saying my name wrong, but that's okay.
Alina.
That's still wrong.
Alana.
Alana. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Alana. No.
That's
Okay.
worse than before.
here is the thing that I feel what I was talking about, okay? You have incidents, okay, where a lot of the times the people who review video games, okay, aren't really people that we know have qualifications to really review video games. And I don't mean have made video games, because that's not a qualification to review video games.
No.
No.
Why does a reviewer need a qualification?
Journalism.
Yeah, it's journalism, okay? You need at least some sort of qualifications, okay, to really.
No, that doesn't make any sense, because you know
I have
what?
qualifications, just
You
not
don't need
journalism. Yeah.
freaking qualifications to go eat food and say, wow, this food is good, or wow, this food is bad. You don't need a qualification to watch a movie and decide whether a movie was good or bad. Does it help? Yes, maybe it does. But you don't need to spend money on getting your qualifications, because you know what? College and university is kind of a ripoff for most things, unless you're going to become like a doctor or something
Okay,
important.
no. You
Doesn't matter.
not let me finish my statement, okay? Here's what I was trying to say, is that you have a lot of people, okay, in the video game industry, okay, that you have people that are video game journalists that, one, I mean, don't really too much care for video games. Maybe don't even play the video game they review, okay? We have instances where we know that people in the video game industries have been bribed, in a sense, with early release copies of reviews, or early review copies of games, if they give a certain threshold rating, right? We've had instances, we've had scandals, basically, where a spokesperson about video game journalism he had a video he made, but he was surrounded by product placement around him, while making that about making a speech on the integrity of video game journalism, while sitting there amongst things that would probably not be considered with integrity, or not considered related to integrity. But the thing is, I think that is what I was trying to go for. Okay, I mentioned that there's a stigmatism on. Okay, what I was trying to say is that video games as a whole, I think, are still in the adolescence of the potential they have to really provide more than just some sort of just entertainment, more than just being a game. They have the potential to kind of transcend that, to be better. And if it takes, a game making record sales to kind of prove that that games can be there, and games can be profitable enough to kind of really be invested in. I don't know. I mean, that may not be one of the major issues, but I think is this kind of, you don't see really people don't really want to make something if it's not gonna, be really beneficial to them. Obviously, that's a basic of human nature. You're not gonna stab yourself in the toe unless someone's like, hey, I'll give you $5 if you stab yourself in the toe. And so,
unless you're in England. In England, you pretty much would.
No.
It's a bit of a
Oh dear.
strange time in England.
Oh my. But no, like, obviously, if video games can be shown to be more profitable, okay, and don't have to be kind of, I don't know, if they can be more, I guess, story kind of focused, in a sense, which I would think you could argue that GTA is more story focused than anything, really.
It is quite story focused.
Exactly.
After that, it's just mindlessness.
Yeah.
Killing
But, like,
everything. Or playing
games
golf
like
or
Call of
tennis.
Duty have been selling well, right? And
Yes.
games like the sports games, your NBAs, your Maddens, they sell well, but they're not story based,
Exactly.
It's not, they're there to be a game, and that's it. They're not something else. They're not just a little bit more. They're just an entertainment medium, and they're not, I don't know. I really want gaming to kind of mature, in a sense, in which we have games that are more story driven, and we actually have a system of reviewers and basically awards for games that isn't really run by Spike, which I don't like. I would like game awards that are run by more, I guess you could say, reputable places, you know? Like you have your Oscars, you have your Grammys, you have your Tonys, you have these big award show, and I really want to see these big. I really want to see those for video games.
Well,
you know?
we do actually have in England BAFTAs, or British Academy Games Awards. When they do British Academy Film Awards,
I feel
yeah.
like there was a scandal involving that I read about, but I'm not too sure. That may have been part of a journalist scandal that I read about. I'm not sure. I remember there was this award show for gaming that had some kind of controversy behind it.
Ooh.
But I can't remember. I can't put my finger on what it was. It may have been that, but I'm not 100% sure. But that is definitely interesting that they have over there award shows for.
It's quite a big show, really.
And that's good. I think.
Oh, it's got red carpet and everything for it. It's hilarious.
I think people may not like, the Grammys and the Oscars and stuff, but you can't deny that they kind of show the importance, that movies and TV shows and stuff have on our society. That we have a dedicated night for them. We have a dedicated night for music, for musicals, for all this stuff. That we deem them important enough to give them this huge.
That people think that they're important, but it also shows something else that I won't get into. But it doesn't make sense how the Oscars are so popular, because something like the Oscars, it's so swayed in one way. Like you look at something like The Dark Knight Rises, one of the best movies. Like, it was an amazing, phenomenal movie.
It has
such an engaging story, and it uses Batman, who's freaking sweet. Nobody doesn't like Batman, and if somebody here doesn't like Batman, they can just leave the call right now, because they don't.
I'm gonna end the call. No, I'm joking.
But like, The Dark Knight Rises is a phenomenal movie. Didn't get like any awards. The Hobbit, or maybe it did get awards, but it didn't get like the good awards. Like in the Oscars, there are the good awards and there are the bad awards. The bad awards are like just things that like only behind the scenes people care about. The good awards are like Best Picture, Best Supporting Actress, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Director. Those are the ones people care about, basically. Those are like the big six. People are like, whoa, those are the good awards. Like, if you get that award, you're like, holy crap, you really deserve to have an award. All the other awards, people are just kind of like, unless you're in that department, it doesn't really matter. Like, you don't care about it.
It didn't
people
even
just
get
watch
a nomination for the Oscars.
People just wait for the big six to come on. That's the reason why you watch the Oscars. And you can't deny it, because it's the reason why everyone I know watches the Oscars. I'm like, oh, who got like best costume? I'm like, I don't freaking know. It's like, okay, whatever, whatever. But and then you look at more movies like the Lord of the Rings series. They gave like Best Picture to one of the last ones, because they're like, crap, now we have to give it to Return of the King, because they're kind of done the series. And whatever, it's like, maybe Return of the King doesn't deserve it, even though a lot of people would argue it does. It totally doesn't, because Fellowship of the Ring is the best Lord of the Rings movie. But anyway,
I like Two Towers.
It bugs me how like you think that for something to be cool and awesome, it needs an award thing. Like, the awards are neat in a way, but they're not really needed to have something as a good form of media, or something that's made an impact. Video games make an impact on our society way more than people think they do. Like, way more. At least in Canada. Don't know about you other crazy countries. Canada, the normal country, that's not normal. Video games have such a big impact, at least in the area that I'm in. Maybe not in like the Northwest Territories, but they're just trying not to get eaten by polar bears there, so I mean, whatever. But like, an award show doesn't mean that it's a good thing. An award show just means that we're recognizing the celebrities. Like, here's another thing. You watch an award show, all the important people are in the front. That's just basics. All the people who are expected to win, the important people are in the front. You look at the front rows, and it's the actors and the actresses. It's not the directors or the costume makers or the score people or anyone who does.
No, they win too.
No, they win.
They do. They win.
No,
Best
I know
writing.
they win. They win, but they're not in the front rows. Like all
They
the
look
people.
sort of like third,
Yeah,
fourth.
well, Steven Spielberg
the
is in the front row.
actors-
He is.
Okay, that's Steven freaking Spielberg. Everybody knows who that
You're
is.
saying
He
the
has
directors
to be
don't
the-
get credit,
he
but they do
has
get a
to
lot
be
of
the-
credit.
But he has to be the. But the thing is, not. It's not usually a lot of those people. It's the people who are the faces of the things. And so what are we gonna do? Are we gonna have somebody dress up as Lara Croft for the awards and just sit there like what?
Or would you
What's-
have the person who voiced Lara Croft? Question mark.
Okay, but what if she doesn't look like Lara Croft? Then nobody will
So,
know who
that
she is. They'll
doesn't-
be like, who the frig is that? Like, it just.
A very hot
video
British
games-
lady.
Well, wouldn't they announce that they won it for voice acting this character, and people would be like, "Oh, that's who voiced Lara Croft." They'd put the pieces
Okay, but
of
then
the
they
puzzle
know
together.
after. But the thing is, all the cameras in the Oscars like focus on the important people. Like they focus on like George Clooney and Matt Damon and Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie and all those other freaking people. They focus on the big names. It's not like video games is so behind the scenes work that it's like how could you do something like that when the whole focus of the Oscars is to pat the people on the back and go good job for having a big ego.
Well, let's
You know,
put it this
good
way.
on
Wait. You're saying that the voice actress for Lara Croft, right? I can say one thing. The voice actress beforehand, for the current one, for Lara Croft, Keely Hughes, she won a UK Television Actress Award. And she was the voice of Lara Croft.
Ooh.
Ooh. She's won quite a few awards, actually.
Okay, but who the whatever.
And let's see. And who's the current one? Who is the current one? I think it's Camilla Luddington, something like that. She hasn't won anything
Okay,
yet, anyway.
But you're British. You're supposed to know those things. I don't freaking know.
That's true.
It's just I don't know. Like I think it'd be nice to have an award show for video games, but they're not needed because it really is just patting people on the back for having a big ego already. That's what Hollywood is. Hollywood isn't about being cool. Or no, sorry. Hollywood isn't about. It is about being cool. I'm sorry. Hollywood isn't about doing your job well and creating a good, entertaining movie. It's about being famous. And that's all it ever will be about at this point. Like, we've come to the point of no return. We have people who are cool. Like, I really like that chick who played Katniss in the Hunger Games, like Jennifer Lawrence
Yes.
or something, because she doesn't have a big head. She might get a big head eventually, but she doesn't have one right now. Like, she's funny, and she's a down-to-earth person by the looks of it anyways. Like, I've never actually met her, but she looks like a down-to-earth person. She doesn't sit there and talk about who made her dress in this and this and this. She's just like, oh, it's a dress, you know? What else am I going to say about it? And so we need more people like her, but we don't have them because they do get big heads really easily. And it's probably because a lot of them started when they were young, and there's huge arguments that people should not be allowed to be stars and be famous when they're younger because it's a horrible decision and it'll mess people up. Just read Will Wheaton's stuff if you want to know more about it because he's
Good old
a
Will
freaking
Wheaton.
genius.
I
at
love
this
Will
point.
Wheaton. I love him.
But he's a really big advocate at this point for not letting people be child stars because fame messes people up, even the older people, so why should we be exposing teenagers to it? You know, people are so concerned about the next generation.
I'd like to say this.
No.
Neil Patrick Harris, child actor.
Okay,
Yeah,
everyone
Doogie
says
Howser,
that-
MD. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Benji, take it home.
Yes.
Sweet home
Everyone-
Alabama.
Love him.
See, Benji, you did it. You brought the point home. Alana, you had some valid points, but in the end,
No,
it comes
everyone
down to-
says
no.
What do you think,
everyone
Jaden
says
Smith?
Neil Patrick is everyone says Neil Patrick Harris. Everyone says Neil Patrick Harris,
Okay.
and you know what? That's one person.
Okay.
You look at people
What
like
do you think
Justin Bieber.
Justin
Justin Bieber
Bieber?
started out decent. He went horrible
No, he
because you know what?
He was never
exposed-
decent. He was
He
never.
was actually no. He wasn't a decent artist. He was a decent person. He started as a decent person. He became like this horrible, demented person who spits on people from his balcony. Who does that?
Well, I
understand
have.
that. There's a
So
lot-
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of bad. I've spit on people, so and I've been spit on, so I don't think it's kind of right for me to judge.
Okay, but see, in Canada, you don't spit on people. I've never seen another person spit on someone else in Canada, like ever. You don't do that, and he's Canadian. He needs to like respect that he's Canadian, but he doesn't. He thinks that America is so much more important. It's like, no, Canada is your home country, man. You gotta respect that.
Yes, you do. Respect your roots. Now, Matt,
Especially
I know,
if you're Russian.
especially if you're Russian. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now, Matt, there's a little hate I remember you wanted to mention about a certain Zelda remake.
Oh my god.
I
Okay.
believe it's time for this little rant that I've been waiting to hear.
Okay. I wrote 2 letters here. Let me just get them out. Let me just.
Okay.
Okay. I had to find it. They were lost. I have a letter to Nintendo and a letter to people who bought Wind Waker HD. Okay.
Amazing.
Dear Nintendo, you're a pretty good company. I don't think we can deny that. You've brought some classics to the table. You've brought us our Metroid, our Legend of Zelda, our Mario. Rest in peace, former CEO. But you've brought us some great franchise games, And although people have criticized you for just making the same game, making Super Mario 64 over and over and over again, and just giving it a different title, okay? I don't think you have any sort of ill will when you do that. When you make your games, I think you make it for the enjoyment of the players. That being said, though, what the actual fuck? No, what the fuck? Were you telling me that you had no ideas? That this was your idea, your big show? Was I supposed to be impressed when you told me that you were remaking one of my favorite games of all time, and that you were just adding HD elements to it? It's not a game that deserves a remake. It's not a fundamentally bad game that had anything that needed to be changed about it. So a remake doesn't really merit it. And graphically, it doesn't look that bad. It's GameCube era graphics, which aren't the prettiest. But in reality, you didn't really do that much to it. You didn't rebuild it from the ground up. You took the existing textures that you had and models that you had from the original game and added HD elements to it, which may make it look pretty in the screenshots, but when you actually get to the game, it doesn't look that different to me. So I ask you, please don't do this. Okay? It's bad when people criticize you for Nintendo just makes the same game over and over again, And they have merit in saying that, but it obviously is not true because you always try to make changes. But this is making the same game all over again. Okay? I understood when you made Ocarina of Time 3D. Okay? I understood that because Ocarina of Time needed a little bit of HD. Anyone could agree that Nintendo 64 graphics have not aged the best. Okay? You can go back and play Ocarina of Time, people who are listening, if you don't believe me, and tell me that it still stands up to today's graphics. You probably wouldn't agree. I could understand that. But remaking Wind Waker HD just so you could sell Wii U consoles, because obviously I don't understand any other reason why you'd really need to. Okay? It didn't really need, the game itself didn't need a remake. So the only reason in my mind you had to make a remake was that you needed some sort of boost to the sale of Wii U's, considering it's a Wii U exclusive. So, one final time, I implore you, just don't. Make your new Zelda games, make your new Mario games, make your new whatever. I don't care. Just don't remake games that are not that old. Don't remake Skyward Sword. Don't remake Twilight Princess.
If you try to remake Skyward Sword already, what's the point? It already has a HD thing.
Just don't. And then at the end it says love and a heart. And this is Matthew. And then this is my letter to the fans, or the people who bought Wind Waker HD. Dear people who were stupid enough to buy Wind Waker HD, I don't like you, and I think you can tell by the tone of my opening remark that I have some sort of disdain towards you. And it's not because I feel that you guys have some sort of lacking in some sort of way to me, okay? I don't want you to think I think you're inferior to me. I just don't think that you made the best choice. Because you bought a game that was basically a more expensive version of a previous game that had come out. And although you may be a big fan of Wind Waker, you may have loved Wind Waker, what you're doing doesn't really help. Okay, when you look at the grand scheme of things, what you do is basically tell Nintendo that they can do this and it's a smart business decision. So don't complain to me when you get tired of them remaking old Zelda games and you wonder, why doesn't Nintendo make any new Zelda games? It's because people like you buy them. And people like you get hyped for them. And people are like, yeah, this is amazing. I love you, Nintendo. And you give them all of this positive feedback, they just want to remake games. I imagine they're looking at what Zelda game they can remake next, because it seems to me it's been overwhelmingly positive towards them about this game. So, the next logical step would be, let's look at all the other Zelda games, what can we remake? And they're probably going to remake Twilight Princess, I'd imagine. But they might not. I pray that they don't, okay? And I'm not religious. I pray that they don't, though. And even though it's a vain effort, I hope that they don't, because what I liked Nintendo for was when they really had that kind of that sparkle in their eye, and they gave you this game, and you were just like, wow, this is a great quality game. And you're not supporting that Nintendo. You're supporting the Nintendo who's trying to meet sales quotas for their Wii U. I don't want to support that Nintendo. I don't know if you do. If you do, I don't know if I want to be friends with you.
Wow.
Your concerned friend. I don't know what I was going to put for the ending. And then it says Matt, but there's no heart this time.
You're concerned.
Colleague.
Ranter.
You're concerned citizen. I don't know.
Resident.
Something like that. And those are my 2 letters. I'm going to mail them tomorrow. I actually don't know how I'm going to mail that letter to everyone who bought the game. I'll find out how, though.
Well, I'll see how you're gonna...
Use an attorney and make it an open letter to the world.
Oh, I could. Oh, you're smart.
Or make just a website, a free website, and just place that there. And
Yeah, but no one would look at it, though.
to try and get just hang it up everywhere. Just put like a fake website name for it.
Yeah.
And just make it seem something cool and hang it everywhere.
That's it. That's my spiel.
I think they should make Majora's Mask their next remake. That's all I'm gonna say.
Don't make any remakes of Zelda games. Just don't
No.
touch it. Maybe the very,
Majora's
very
Mask.
original ones. Maybe the original.
Yes,
like,
yes,
Majora's...
Okay, I think this is another open letter to Nintendo. Okay, an open letter to Nintendo. This one's gonna be quick, guys. I'm sorry about the last one. It rambled on a little bit. And it's in like brackets at the top. Okay, so you remember how I sent you that letter earlier saying that I didn't want you to remake any games? Scratch that, okay? Zelda 1 and 2 look like terrible, terrible games when you look at the graphics. Please remake those. Especially Zelda 2, because Zelda 2...
Zelda 2 was amazing.
Zelda 2 was amazing, but it had some weird aspects to it that were kind of weird, and that there are certain elements of the game that you had to learn about by talking to a specific NPC in a town, and you wouldn't even know. And sometimes they gave you puzzles that didn't make sense. So, I don't know. I think games like that might need a remake, okay? Zelda 1 might need a remake. I don't know. Those might be good remakes. Just don't touch the 3D ones, please. I mean, Majora's Mask, maybe. But Twilight Princess, no. And Skyward Sword's a definite X. That's all I have to say. And then there's 2 hearts on this one, so that they take it seriously.
two hearts make it seriously. Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Make sure you have like a half a heart on the next one after that, all cracked. It'd be nice.
That's my thoughts about Wind Waker HD. I could have gotten mad, but I felt I needed to be more constructive. Although you could kind of see, I was very passive aggressive. It was my goal with the letter, to be as passive aggressive as possible.
And you've done a good job.
Thank you, Benji.
That's a very good job. Okay, let's move to. We've lost Alana again.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah, for some reason.
I thought Benji was kicking you out of the call. He would just be like, "We lost Alana." Click.
No, for some reason, I'm looking at the Skype thing, and it says you're not in the call. You're just sort of.
That's
being
because
brung up.
I accidentally closed the my Skype application when Matt was ranting, because I was like checking Facebook.
Okay. Right. Okay, we'll move on to the WWE, the new WWE game, 2K14. The full roster has been revealed. They have many, many people on there. There's quite a lot of people.
Is it like older wrestlers or just newer wrestlers?
They've got most of the new current ones, and they've got some of the older ones as well.
They have Randy Savage, Macho Man Randy Savage. That would sell the game for me.
They do.
They
do. They got it is there between Randy Orton and Razor Ramon.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I think I might have to get the game just to see Macho Man Randy Savage, because he's the cream of the crop, you know.
I see Shawn Michaels and Shawn Michaels retro, and I'm thinking, what?
Oh God.
And then you also got, let's see, some of the bigger names. Anyway, you got The Rock in there. Also the retro version of Ric Flair.
Rey
Retro.
Mysterio, Randy Savage.
John Cena retro. John Cena is still quite new.
Yeah, I imagine he is. I don't know. I don't really like that.
Hulk Hogan
I think.
and Hollywood Hulk.
Oh my gosh. I like some of the older wrestlers because you could kind of tell by the way they acted that they was not really as serious.
Eddie Guerrero. Oh, rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero.
Oh. I don't know.
He's a legend. He never acted serious, but he was amazing.
I think that was the pinnacle of wrestling, when it was not really, when you could tell it wasn't serious, and it was like really over the top, because then it was just like you couldn't like complain about it because it was just like you could tell it was like not being serious. But like now they try to like be serious, which is kind of weird. I don't know. But I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting that they have older wrestlers in there. But
I like that, but that's what they've been doing more recently in these games though. But they're just getting more and more older wrestlers and just bringing them in.
The older the wrestler, the better the wrestler. Apparently.
Usually, yeah. The best time wrestling was back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Like a nostalgia.
Yep. The Raw is War era, the Attitude era. Oh, those were the days. Haven't seen it since. Oh, it'll never be the same again. Damn you, health and safety. Okay, and finally our last topic. We'll go on to some next generation news again. PS4 and Xbox One. Watch Dogs. Apparently plays at 30 FPS. I can't really say much else about that. It runs at 30 FPS on their HD.
I think it's odd that it would do that, because I thought the fact that we were going to have the new console generation is that it was going to try to catch up, in a sense, to what PCs could already do. But it doesn't seem like they're really... If that's true, that's kind of like more of the same, in a sense. You know? Like, if it's only running at 30 FPS, I don't know.
So they want to like make it so that it's more like graphic capabilities in the new consoles, which I don't understand. The new consoles are just like this giant money grab, because I sit there and I showed my sister.
Wii U.
You sit there. Okay, shut up. You sit there and you put something. I will like track you in a murder. You put
just
something
so you know.
like Assassin's Creed 1 into the Xbox 360, and then you put Assassin's Creed 3 into it, and you're like, holy crap, have the graphics ever improved?
They do. The graphics do improve.
It doesn't make sense, because like they sit there and they go, we need to make a new console because the graphics can't keep up. It's like, no, but you're improving so much, and you've done like the amazing like cutscenes that look like actual people and like trip me out.
Here's the thing.
So
Metal Gear Solid 5, it's done in two halves. What they've shown of the beginning bit, it looks amazing. I thought that was literally PS4, and it wasn't. It was PS3. It was supposed to be PS3.
Exactly.
And it was amazing. The PS4 version, though, that they showed after that looks even better, to be honest. So there's still
no doubt that the
well,
consoles,
is that a pre-rendered cinematic though?
No, it was actually in game. It's all in game. They will not have any cutscenes, and it's all going to be gameplay.
Well, okay.
And all the cutscenes that have been done is done with the same graphics.
Okay. The concern I have about that is that games that are just like, we don't have cutscenes, usually try to like shove story in like moments where you're just like really kind of bored, where they're just like they're throwing story at you while you're still controlling your character. So you're just sitting there. Yeah, it's like a sightseeing tour kind of. Yeah, what are you laughing about?
No, I get what you're saying. Cause they did that in one of the Batman games. There was like this weird cutscene mixed in, and my sister just sat there like spinning in a circle the entire
Exactly.
time.
Like it's very weird, and it's like you're kind of walking along, and like they're throwing story at you, but you can still technically control your characters.
You
so you're
can.
just like
You
can't, but you can't do anything. Like you have to like listen to them talk in a sense, and it's really dumb.
One game that worked on that was Deadpool, and you could kill yourself. that was just hilarious.
Yeah.
You only played that game once, and that was all you wanted to do.
Only once was enough.
And yes, hilarity, the cutscenes was all I loved. The fourth wall breaking, oh, it was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
But yes, Watch Dogs. It will be launched on the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, the Wii U, PC, Xbox One, and the PlayStation 4.
Well, I'm gonna get it because it's gonna be for the PC. So.
But strangely enough, all of them except the PlayStation 4 is going to be released on November 22nd. The PlayStation 4 one is released on November 29th because obviously it isn't out yet. PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean.
Okay, wait a minute. That would be like the funniest thing ever if somebody released a game for console before it was released. Like, I'm sorry, that would just entertain me. It's like the console's not even out yet and somebody bought it. I'm gonna go play this on my PS4. Oh wait, I don't own one yet. I would like that.
That would be kind of funny. It'd be funny if they were releasing a console like during near April Fools, and they did that. They released the game on April 1st. And instead of actually having a game, it had like confetti inside or something.
Oh, that would be amazing.
And they open it up and there's just confetti in there. Or like a cream pie or something in there, and they just they smash the case in your face.
I would buy that.
If
I knew it was inside.
You would buy that so you could get cream pie in the. Oh my god. Really, Liz? Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say.
I like things like that. I once spent $55 to sticky note somebody's car. It was 1,800 sticky notes. Did it for about 2 hours with 2 friends. Well, maybe not 2 hours. I don't know when we started. It was like an hour. Yeah, about an hour. It was great.
Any other topics you'd like to discuss then, you two?
A what?
I would just like to point out that I haven't told a joke yet this podcast.
No. Okay, Benji, end it before she can. End it before she can.
Right then.
No.
Do it. No, please, Benji,
I
please.
need to tell a joke.
Benji, please.
I need to tell a joke. Come on, I have a notepad and I've been writing down jokes. I have jokes,
Benji,
so many
please.
jokes in advance. So many jokes in advance. So many jokes. I have
please.
5 weeks of jokes written down and I've used 1 week of them.
Benji.
Okay.
Please.
So.
Please.
So. The past, the present,
God.
and the future walk into a bar.
Oh,
It
God.
was tense.
Oh God.
That was so bad.
End it now, Benji.
Oh
We
god.
still have credibility.
Okay. This was the Nerdolution podcast. This is which we do for the Digi Bytes website at www.digibytes.me.
Which stands for .mexico.
It does actually.
It does.
For some reason, we need to figure out why that's still happening. You can find me at bstringer@digibytes.me. So you can send me fan mail, or currently as a person who will likely send me fan mail, I'm not sure. You can also find the Digibytes website on Facebook as well as Twitter. Alana, where can we find you?
Well, if they really want to find me that badly, they can come up to Canada and figure out where I work, and I will make them a sub, but I will not pay for it for them, so that's where they can find me.
That's not a good idea. To give out, say, come find me at my job, please.
Well, they
But
don't know where
do
it is.
anything creepy and pay for your food.
They don't know where it is, and I'll probably never know that they
You said
stalked
sub.
me
I'm
from the
assuming you work at
internet.
Subway. Huh?
No, it's not a Subway.
It's Subway.
It's not a Subway.
Confirmed. Everyone find a Subway in
No,
Canada.
Subway is the enemy. Subway
Then
is the
it's
enemy.
Quiznos?
Subway subs.
The opposite.
Subway subs are so bad. Okay, no, it's a locally owned shop. It is so bad, Subway, that if you put one of these subs from this locally owned shop into the fridge for like 2 days and then eat it, it tastes as good as a Subway sub does. And then they're just so bad. Like, I cannot eat Subway anymore. It's just garbage. It's complete garbage.
You heard it here first, folks. She works at Subway.
No, I don't work at Subway. Subway is evil.
End it now, Benji. End it now.
I don't know. We're ended there. Goodbye.
There we go.